What is up, guys? It's Quash here. We are back with some more League of Legends Arcane. So I was editing the second episode of the first act, and they decided to drop a sneak peek for the second act. So I decided to get right on top of that while working on the second episode and the third episode. So there is going to be some spoilers on top of spoilers for the first act and for the second act. So just be warned, this is, again, my spoiler warning for y'all. So let's get right into the sneak peek.
The only way to defeat a superior enemy is to become what they fear.
So starting off with that first little clip, it seems like after Silco has taken in Powder, or now I would call her Jinx, she has now become older. So I'm guessing some time has taken place from Act 1 to Act 2. How much time? I'm not sure. I'm hoping that they can tell us when the act actually comes out.
Does this mean anything to you?
So we're shown a prison of some sort with Vi inside of it. I don't know where this prison is held. By the looks of it, it doesn't necessarily look like Piltover, but it also doesn't look like Zaun. It may be somewhere in the middle. It may be actually Bilgewater, because I do see water on the front part of the screen. So it may be close to water if I would have to guess. Also, if you look on the back of Vi, the number 516 is on her back. Why did they pick that number? I'm not sure, but I do have about two guesses or speculations of why they picked 516. The first one, which I don't think is accurate of any way, but if you look at her win rate on Mobalytics, it is 51.9. So it is possible that could have changed, and maybe she did have a win rate of 51.6 at one time. That may be one reason. But what I think is a possible solution is if you look at patch notes for 5.16, which is 2015, which is about 2 years after Jinx was released to League of Legends, the announcement of Juggernauts was made. Now, right now, Vi is not classified as a Juggernaut. She's classified as a diver / fighter, but I believe at that time she was classified as a Juggernaut, which is someone that is strong, close quarters, bruiser type. So I think this is kind of the showing of Vi becoming Vi, as where she's the bruiser, she's the Juggernaut. She's going to be the Juggernaut for the Piltover enforcers as they try to chase down Jinx, which is the next scene as Caitlyn appears at the jail with a book, and it looks like it has a picture of Piltover and some scribbles on the side. The only thing I can really make out of what Caitlyn is showing Vi besides the Piltover is the little monkey on the right page, which is kind of Vi's signature look. She always has that that monkey look to it. You'll see it actually later on in the sneak peek. But it is kind of interesting that Caitlyn is here at the prison with Vi. They must have some sort of relationship, or maybe somewhere in that book, Caitlyn is notified that Vi is related to Jinx, so maybe she decides to make an appearance for Vi and show Vi what Jinx is up to. It's my speculation for why she is there.
Where did you get this?
So Vi is concerned with how Caitlyn got these books, or this notebook. It seems like she's not very certain on what Jinx is doing or going to do. But then also it does look like Caitlyn did encounter Jinx in some fashion as she approaches a wall with the same monkey drawing that explodes with her signature flame chompers.
The Undercity cannot be controlled.
Perhaps the time has come to explore a more radical solution.
So as the next scene pops out, it is back in the city of Piltover. So we have transitioned from Zaun to Piltover, or wherever Vi is. Again, I don't know. I can't tell off that one little scene of the outside. But we are here with the council. You do have the members of before, but the room is a little bit different, where there are 2 chairs in the bottom part of the gear, and then you also have an enforcer on the left side. My speculation for those 2 people would have to be Jace and Victor. I would say those 2 people mainly because the person on the right chair has a cane in the middle, which would belong to Victor, and also Jace is also seen in the next shot. I do also have to add that it is possible that it is Victor and Jace, because at the end of episode 3, Act 1, Mel tells Heimerdinger that Jace and Victor are going to have to go before the council with the Hex Tech, which is why she proposes that they might have to try alternative ways to deal with Zahn. It is possible that it also may not be Victor, because in the 3rd episode of Act 1, the cane is shattered when the duo does unlocked Hex Tech, and the room explodes and the door is busted open, and he was using a cane to block it. It may not be his cane, it may be his cane. I'm not too sure, but I think he used his cane to block the door, but it's possible he may have a spare. So it is kind of, I would assume it's Jace and Victor.
There are people down there who seem hell-bent on destroying us.
So the location of Jace smacking his hands down onto the desk is very interesting. He is wearing a different garment. It looks more like he has leveled up his class. Maybe he got a promotion of some sort in Piltover. But if you look at the first shot, when we first see the counselor and you have the 2 chairs, Mel is on the left side of the desk. But when Jace slams down his hands, she is now on the right side. So, and it looks similar to where Heimerdinger's chair is. Since in that first shot, Heimerdinger is actually looking out the window and his chair is empty. I would have to assume that those 2 shots are taken at 2 different times. One when Jace is before the council describing Hex Tech, and the second would be when the council approves Hex Tech and Jace is now promoted into a higher position, therefore earning him a seat on the council next to Mel. These next few shots are pretty crazy. So you have first the hoverboards. There is a card in Legends of Runeterra called Drop Border. I would assume that this may have to do something with it. And in Drop Border's artwork, you do have Echo running on the side. So I would assume that this would have to be on Zahn's team. And with the green trail behind it would emphasize that a little bit more, since Zahn's color is green. Now after the hoverboards, you do have this shot with 3 people wearing masks. It looks like they're kind of like animal masks, where the character on the left does look like to have a rat face, while the one in the middle, I'm not quite sure, but it does look animalistic, if I would have to put a word to it. I don't know who they are. We will be shown that in the next scene. But if you kind of look on the left side, that yellow bundle, for me, they look like corgis. And it looks like it would be in a Easter egg to Corky's corgi skin. Then we're shown a shot where the purple fluid is put into a mechanism, and we have a giant claw and a fist, and I think that's supposed to kind of show vibe, but I'm certain it is not. One, if you look at the fist, it is more like claws instead of what Vi normally has for her gauntlets, and one, it does have the purple serum that Silco was working on before. And if you slow it down frame by frame, the character, you can see kind of the chin and the up to the nose, and it does not look like Vi. What it does look like is the female that jumped in front of Silco to protect him from the blast. It did look like she was either dead or very, very injured in the end of episode 3. So I'm sure they probably used some of Singe's chemicals to kind of bring her back to life and bring her to this kind of cyborg state where she is half machine, half person. And another reason why I would not say it is Vi is because in the next shot right here, you do have Jinx and Vi fighting when Jinx doesn't realize it's Vi until the mask is knocked off. And if you do look at Vi's hands, she does not have any claws or gauntlets at this moment, so it would assume that the person in the previous shot is not Vi at all, and my guess would be the woman that blocked Silco, and I just can't think of her name at the moment. So we end on this amazing shot where the sisters are reunited and they are in shock to see each other in different states. And that is the end of the sneak peek that they give us. So what I can assume is it's sometime in the future where Vi is now joining the Enforcers after she gets out of prison somehow with the help of Kate. And Jinx is now kind of on her maniac streak, attacking Piltover and laying waste to that town, while the Enforcers are now looking look into Hex Tech gear to now fight and destroy Zahn and put him back into the underground. I will say that there are a few characters missing I would like to see more of. The first one, of course, is Victor. Now, I did say that we did have that small little snippet where we saw his feet and staff, but I would like to see where he is, where he's going, because I know that Victor doesn't stay human forever, and he doesn't stay on the good side forever. I wonder if Victor and Jace have a falling out where Jace doesn't want to do something Victor wants, or Victor doesn't want to do something that Jace wants, and they go their own separate way, where Victor starts to lead Zahn into the glorious evolution. Also, I did not see Singed or the Mad Chemist anywhere. I'm assuming he has taken Vander/Warwick somewhere off-site and started his experiment to try to see if he can bring her back to life, because the claws that the girl does have in the scene does look something similar to what Warwick has on his hands as well. But I think that is it. I think that is all that I have for this quick little sneak peek. I'm super excited. Don't forget, Saturday is when the second act drops, so I'm going to be watching it with the watch party. I'm super excited. I'm going to be working on episode 2 and episode 3. Hopefully get those out before act 2 drops. But until then, I'll see you guys later.